Greetings and welcome to My Insurance Matters, a 5-minute weekly program designed to assist individuals and businesses manage their exposure to risk and make informed insurance decisions. This is John Shega, your host and owner of Aspire Insurance Agency. This week we're again joined by Wes Pruett, President of HR Advisors. Wes was one of our guests a few weeks ago, and we received many follow-up questions and comments. Before we begin, just a reminder that you can send us any insurance-related questions to www.myinsurancematters.biz. Wes, welcome back. Judging by the number of comments from our previous show, human resources strikes a nerve for both the employer and the employee.
Thanks for having me back, John.
A number of listeners wanted to know what human resources had to do with insurance. I'll take this one. Employers are exposed to a wide variety of issues or coverages as it relates to current or future employees. Improper questions during the interview process, handling work comp injuries, terminations, and employee theft can impact critical insurance coverages such as employment practices liability, workers' compensation, and employee dishonesty. Employers that have established internal procedures have a better chance of securing these coverages and at a much lower cost. The next question is for you, Wes. A number of employers wrote and said there are so many rules and laws that apply to them. What can an employer do to ensure they're in compliance?
Great question, and a common concern for many employers. This is because state and federal laws often overlap. Employers can contact the Small Business Assistance Office. They have information. Or some companies utilize HR consultants to complete an HR assessment. An assessment is like a medical physical for your HR system. It's a quick and rather painless way of reviewing the company's policies to ensure they comply with state and federal laws, and to make sure you have up-to-date systems and processes in place.
So how long does a review like this take?
Well, it depends on the size of the business, but the interview process usually can be completed in 2 or 3 hours. A report is then generated with results provided to the employer that gives a roadmap for change.
Sounds like a pretty painless process.
Well, I'd say it's a lot less painless than being audited by the Department of Labor.
Okay, great. Before we get to our next question, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Let the Smile Center put a smile on your face. Smile Center.
Have you tried the Smile Center yet? Founded in 1990 by Dr. Ed Silker, this growing dental facility is designed to meet your individual needs and schedule. This flexibility includes evening and weekend hours and an in-house denture laboratory. Give them a call today.
Smile Center.
Welcome back to My Insurance Matters. If you just joined the show, we are joined by Wes Pruett from HR Advisors. Wes is responding to a number of questions from listeners from our previous show related to human resources. Wes, there is a growing concern about drugs and drugs in the workplace. What can you tell the listeners about drug testing?
Well, the listeners are correct. According to a Hazelden Foundation survey, 60% of those surveyed said they knew people who had gone to work under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Employers can legally test applicants once a job is offered, and existing employees if there's a reason to believe they are under the influence of a drug. They can also do random testing in safety-sensitive areas.
Seems like an area ripe for issues for both the employer and the employee.
It is. Remember that some states like Minnesota have very specific laws about drug testing, and a detailed policy and procedure is required.
Let's see, Wes, we have time for one last question. It has to do with employee handbooks, which are great communication tools. Is there anything we should watch out for?
Well, there are many handbook resources available either on the web, books, or seminars. If you use any of these sources, employers need to understand that they may not reflect specific state laws or the unique nature of their business. I would recommend that a business contact an HR consultant or an employment law attorney to review the final document before anything is implemented.
Well, this is some great information, Wes. Thanks again for your time today. As always, listeners are encouraged to send their questions on this topic or any other related to insurance to www.myinsurancematters.biz. On behalf of Steve, our piano player, and our guest, Wes Pruett from HR Advisors, this is John Shega wishing you a safe and healthy week.